Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chlorinated Thoughts. I'm your host, Leah Chulak, and today I'm coming to you live from Greensboro, North Carolina. I don't think it's the most fancy place that I could ever check in to the podcast from, but we have our mid season this week, and guess what happened? I got sick. So that's amazing. But I'm really hoping that I can be able to compete tomorrow because I feel much better. My voice is a little bit, stuffy. I was about to race and I was like, I really don't think I can do this. And I didn't. Sometimes you need to be able to say no. I said it. This is like one of the first times I've ever said no to racing in my life, which is crazy. Anyways, today's episode is about the winter arc that all student athletes need. And I'm saying all of us need this because winter for us as student athletes, no matter like really what stage of your life you are in, whether you're in high school, whether you're in university, whether you are a pro, I think winter is one of the most important months of our season just because we are basically getting our body ready to go to war. Like, we are literally, this is the time where you can put your head down and just work and work and work. And for us, spring and summer are when we see the fruits of our labor. So, winter is really the time where you have to lock in and be like, okay, head down, let's go. We don't have that many competitions. Actually, we don't have any competitions during the winter. At least for December, we don't. Yeah, you just have to put your head down and lock in. And that's what we're going to talk about today on how we're going to do that. If you're not an athlete, you still need to lock in for winter. When all these other bitches are not, you're going to be the one bitch that is. And you can apply all of these things to your everyday life, not just as an athlete, but because I'm an athlete. And because you clicked on this, and the title also says student athlete, I will assume that you want to either think like an athlete or you are an athlete. So, yeah, okay. So, I think everyone, by the time you're listening to this, is post mid season because I'm posting this after mid season. So, we are halfway through the college season, which is crazy because to me it feels like our season literally just started, but like that's not the case because it's freaking November, nearly December, and we are at mid season. So, that's freaking crazy to me. But, anyways, no matter how you did this first half, like, I want you to completely forget about, what happened in the past. I want you to completely, like, not even think about, like, what happened this first part of the season. We are looking forward, okay? So, we have December, January, and February for when you are going to be executing your winter arc. And December is basically for our winter training. So December is the period where we're putting our head down, we're locking in. Oh, December is the period where we're putting our heads down, we're locking in, and we are in hibernation to be the bad bitches that we truly are. Then January is for fine tuning, and also January is usually where you start to see like all everything you've done in December in your training, in your progression, in your technique, everything. January is usually when you start to see that in practice. And then in February is execution time. February is usually racing time, end of February. So that's basically the timeline that we have. And these 3 months will either make or break you. You have the potential to become very good, or things can go wrong. For reference, I got I for reference, I got mono last year around this time. And guess what happened to my second semester? Went to shit. Okay, guys, it went to shit. And you don't want to do that. You do not want to be wasting your potential. You do not want to be wasting your bad bitch energy on getting sick and then being shit for the rest of the year. Sorry. That was a little harsh, but it happened to me, so I can say it. Now, I know school is out super soon, so make sure you guys do good on your exams. I will also make sure I do good on my exams. And then you can fully lock in to your sport or whatever you want to be locking in on. Even if you are only locked in for 2 weeks, I am living proof that that can make like huge strides in your performance. And I'm saying huge. Like whenever I would go to a training camp in Hungary, we would basically travel somewhere and train there. It's like a different environment, higher intensity because you don't have school or anything. Oh my gosh, 2 weeks or 3 weeks would literally make me improve so much. So, I'm living proof that even just a few weeks can make a huge difference in your racing or anything that you're doing. So, goals are scientifically proven to be achieved more if you add a timeline. So, I'm going to set our timeline right now. Basically, we are going to collectively decide that our winter arc is going to start after Thanksgiving break. Now, Thanksgiving break is from November, I mean, for us, it's from November 27th to basically, I think Sunday is December 1st. So Monday is December 2nd, which is a perfect timeline for us because it's literally the second day of December and it's also a Monday. Start of the week. Let's start fresh. Freshy, freshy, fresh. So our ending point for our first cycle of our winter arc, and I will get into that in a few minutes, is going to be whenever you have your Christmas break. So that is basically a good 3 weeks. So basically, we're going to be having cycles of our winter arc. I don't want to just leave you guys, tell you guys what to do for 3 months, and then come back and be like, so how did you do? Because that's setting us up for failure. That's setting us up for failure because, like, we can't know right away what we're going to do for a full 3 months. A full three, like, that's a long ass time. So that's why we're splitting it up into 3 weeks. I'm saying 3 weeks because 3 weeks gives us enough time to work, improve, and also reflect on how, everything went. And it really does give us time to work and improve. You can see significant improvement in 3 weeks because I feel like 1 week is too little. 2 weeks is like the second week is usually when you're getting the grip of something, and then the third week is when you can actually start, being good at something. Um, yeah. So we're going to be focusing on this one period for this episode because that's going to be very tangible for everyone, very non overwhelming, and I don't want to be an overwhelming person. So, these are the ground rules I'm going to set for you guys. This applies to our whole winter arc, but obviously for our first cycle as well. We are going to set expectations of ourselves. Every 3 weeks, we will set a few expectations for ourselves, and these will include practice times, technique you want to improve, attitude, and also something from outside your sport. So, those will be like the vague things you would want to set for yourself for these 3 weeks. And I want you guys to really actually live by those expectations. If your expectations need to be small in the beginning, let them be small. Because then you can confirm to yourself that you are doing what you said you would. which is the most important thing, is that like we start to build trust in ourselves, that we're saying we're going to do something and we actually do it. We don't just like, skip around and not do it. So, that's one of the things I want you guys to do for this 3-week cycle is you have time to think about it as well. You have time to think about it throughout your Thanksgiving, have your fun, let loose a little, and then maybe when you're on the plane ride home, or maybe when you're just in your room the day before you're starting your winter arc, you can just look at it and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. You can write it down. These are the things I need to do. And I want you to remind yourself of them throughout these 3 weeks. Write them on your mirror. Put them somewhere where you can see it. Put them somewhere before bed. Put them somewhere when you wake up in the morning where you can actually see it and be like, okay, I need to do this. And I want it to provoke some emotion as well. Like, maybe you can like put a quote that really inspires you for like every week, because I feel like if you read the same quote for 3 weeks, that's kind of boring. But every week you can read a quote before you wake up and be like, okay, this is motivating me to do this. If you need me to make a little 5-minute motivational talk to you guys, I will freaking upload that and you guys can listen to that. Maybe not for 3 weeks, but for a few weeks you can. That's what I used to do. So that's just a little tip there. I might do that actually. I think that would be super fun, not gonna lie. In these 3 weeks, obviously, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Sundays are going to be our days that we dedicate. Sundays are going to be our days that we dedicate to resetting. A note on a reset: I'm not saying that you need to dedicate your whole day to just deep cleaning your apartment and like, doing everything for the whole day. A reset can literally be an hour, 2 hours, half an hour, whatever you really need to be able to feel like, okay, I reflected on my goals. I, you know, just thought, like, reflected on my week. And then I also just planned a little bit on like what to do moving forward. And I think a Sunday reset can literally be a whole separate podcast, because I think, you know, that also has its own little formula that I haven't created yet, but I should. So, that's our Sunday. Now, onto some actionable steps that we are going to live by, live and breathe and preach, okay? Because you need to practice what you preach. I need to practice what I preach. So, after I finish this, after my freaking Thanksgiving, I'm going to San Diego, by the way, for Thanksgiving. But after my little fun little reset or mental getaway, I'm going to be doing the exact same steps that I'm telling you right now, because I'm going to practice what I preach. So, number 1, we are going into every practice to get the most out of it. The most, guys, okay? And by the most, I don't mean, okay, obviously, we love to see amazing practice times and we love to see amazing technique and amazing attitude all the time. But I'm saying we have to get the most out of every practice. Sometimes our capacity is 90%, sometimes our capacity is 50%. But no matter what, you have to get out of that locker room, of that pool, of that court, telling yourself, okay, or asking yourself, did I do everything I could today? And that answer always has to be yes, because then when you're at that meet, when you're at that big competition, you can tell yourself, okay, I did everything I could to be prepared for this. So there's nothing to worry about, okay? So, yeah, we are going into every practice to get the most out of it. Number 2, I don't want to hear the complaining. I don't want to hear anyone tell me anything negative. I don't want you to talk to your teammates negative, okay? Because you know what that's going to create? Negativity. And you can't expect it to create anything different because it won't. So, even if you're like, ugh, I don't want to be here right now, I don't want to do this, and I know it's freaking hard because I've been negative too. I have, sorry, but everyone has in their lifetime. But even if you think something negative or have a bad attitude in that practice, I don't want you spreading it to other people because it's one thing for you to have those thoughts, see those thoughts, but not really act on them or not really say anything to other people because then at least you're not spreading it to other people. And if you're talking about the negativity, you're also making, if you're talking about the negativity, you're making the negativity more real. And you don't want to make it real. You want to tell that little voice in your head to shut the fuck up. Okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, we are embodying the bad bitch version of ourselves. Okay? We are going to think of a bad bitch and then be it. That's, if you guys want to listen to my episode of being that girl, that's on my, it's on my channel or podcasting channel. It's actually a really good episode. It's one of my most listened to episodes. So if you guys want to know how to be a bad bitch, then that's there. Being a bad bitch also involves like you don't have to erase your past, but you're not thinking about your past. You're not thinking about what you've done before this, okay? You are the baddest, okay? We are the baddest, and we are going to prove to everyone that we are that girl, we are the bad bitch that everyone thought we weren't gonna be, okay? And the fourth one relays back to what I said before is think of all the things you expect from yourself and live by those things. Remind yourself of those things. Write those things down, okay? Those are our 4 things that we are going to do. I don't want any excuses. Excuses are not gonna get you anywhere. You think when you're in that freaking final, when you're playing that game, when you're doing that race, you think that anyone is gonna care about your excuses then? No. No one cares. Sorry. Newsflash, no one gives a fuck. Okay, that was kind of mean. And I don't want to be mean. But you shouldn't make me mean, girl. Okay? Don't make me mean then. And yeah. I don't want you guys coming to me and telling me that you didn't do this because of this and because of that. Okay? Sorry. No. There's no more room for excuses. Sorry to be harsh there. The last thing I want to talk about is that optimal training will occur when our mind, body, and soul is taken care of. And I think it's really important to make sure that every week we have done something for all 3. So, one thing for our mind, one thing for our body, and one thing for our soul. I mean, it's kind of hard to have this mind, body, and soul thing for athletes or applied to athletes because I feel like for a, let's say, normal person, but normal person is just not a good way of saying it. But for a non-athlete, mind would be okay. Let me do something that activates my mind, but our sport always has our mind activated. Our body, a non-athlete would go do some exercise, but as athletes, that's our job, is doing exercise. So that's, checked off. And then, soul is the same for everyone. The soul is what unites us. So I can't really change that. But I wanted to give you, I guess, an athlete's version of mind, body, and soul. And I think an athlete's version of mind, body, and soul would be reset, recover, and let loose. So reset would be reflect on past and prepare for your coming week. Recover would be do something to recover your body. And then let loose would be do something for your happiness to take care. Oh. And let loose would be do something for your happiness to take your mind away from your sport. And I think that kind of makes it better for us to apply that to our Sunday resets because I think that's a more tangible way for athletes to look at it. Because, yeah. So, resetting is just, yeah, just reflecting off of your goals and then setting new ones. Recovering could be stretching, getting a massage, doing some yoga, going to a hot tub, ice bath, whatever you like to do. And then let loose. Just go out with your friends. I mean, not like party. I don't know. I've really gone off partying, but you can party if you want. If that's what you feel like is going to help you let loose, then do that. But let loose, just, I don't know, have a little charcuterie board night with your friends, or go out with your boyfriend, or do something by yourself. Take yourself on a little coffee shop date. Hello? Yeah. So, yeah, those are the things that we are going to do to start our winter arc. And I would like to be able to do more parts to this and elaborate on these things because this is our first 3 week cycle. And obviously, we have a few more 3 week cycles after that. And I would like to be able to keep updated with you guys on how you guys are doing on your winter arc. And yeah, I also want to update you guys on what I'm doing and how I'm doing on my winter arc. So, if you guys like this episode, please let me know. I would really love a personal Instagram DM from you guys telling me your winter arcs. And yeah, make sure you guys follow my new Chlorinated Thoughts Instagram because guess what? My other Chlorinated Thoughts Instagram got deleted. And it wasn't me who deleted it. It was some random Instagram user called Mama. Some kind of Mama. I was like, you deleted my Instagram, my Chlorinated Thoughts Instagram. It already didn't have that many followers, and now I have to start from scratch. Thanks, Mama. Thanks, Mama. A lot. Anyways, I guess that's a sign from the universe that I just need to start fresh. And our winter arc will start after we have our nice little Thanksgiving reset. So, I'm just gonna leave you guys with saying I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving because I know I will. Make sure you give thanks. Make sure you give thanks to your everyone's. And yeah, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, but I will be in San Diego and I will be having fun with my boyfriend because it's for our 1 year anniversary. So that's going to be a sleigh. And yeah, I'm really excited to go on this winter arc journey with you guys. And I hope you guys are excited to start because it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun to see our transformation. And I can't wait. So, I love you guys so much. Have an amazing little holiday. And I will see you guys next time with another episode. Bye bye.